What up, family? This is 4-20 Merrily. It's 9:05 p.m. in my city, Chicago. Tuesday, August the 5th, 2025. 98% on my phone, going all the way to 9:11. Talk to you a little bit, Mary McNamara. Now, everybody should know by now. If not, I'm going to tell you. My name is Mary Lee, a.k.a. Mary Mac. Get a news report originated Rochester, age 8, 1975. But more so than anything, standing up for myself at the age of 6 in 1973 for being a child abuse victim. I gave open with my child abuse rap at the age of 17 in 1984. I also gave her my story again on 3 cassette tapes front and back to the sound of music with my voice added to it. The Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech as well in 1995. Tamron Hall came out in 1997, and then she had some problems later on in life or whatever with her show, and then I think she hit the airways in like 2016 or 17, whatever. Y'all do the research and stuff. I ain't trying to tell y'all that. What I'm trying to tell you is in 2016, after Oprah and them knew who I, was, is, and am, decided to go against me and try to erase my story as if I don't matter, so they can keep up their shenanigans or charades or whatever, their false image, you understand, as if, they are who they say they are, and of course, Oprah Winfrey back, Tamron Hall, for real. So, long story short, they just don't want me telling y'all the truth. Okay, so that's like the short version. But you gotta remember, in Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, in which I believe is Atheists Anonymous, but we ain't gonna tell nobody else. They say look out for the similarities and not the differences. Now, Tamara Hall's husband is in the music industry. He's kind of like in the background and stuff, but because he's her husband, he's kind of like Stedman when it comes to Oprah. You understand what I'm saying? We all know who you are now, Stephen. Now, the similarity to that, her husband name being Stephen, Tamara Hall's husband name is Stephen, is this guy in the program where I'm at, Feather Fist, government funded program. He gives me hell as much as he can, but because I'm on his behind, he kind of lets up. But I ain't never forgot the fact that he called me the B word and stuff, and then he had the nerve to say he loved me. And I also asked him, I said, if I got violated, because it's a government funded program, trap building, you understand what I'm saying? I said, if I got violated and pregnant, would you put me out? He said, yes. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I won't get violated and, pregnant. Or I don't want none of that to happen. But long story short, I've been violated before by 5 guys as a little girl. Been through a whole lot of stuff. But what I'm trying to get my you to understand is, like I said, what's the chances of Tamara Hall's husband name being Stephen, and this guy that's getting on my nerves, so-called manager of the Feather Fist program, government funded, you understand what I'm saying, name being Stephen also. Now, Lil' Kim got a song called Slippin' on her album called The Naked Truth. Said the whole system's corrupt, okay? Now, I should have been paid in full, because all I wanted was $2 million in 1995 when I gave up my story for the second time. You understand what I'm saying? In 1995. $2 million tax-free. That's all I wanted. It's been costing them billions and lots of people's lives to try to keep my story a secret and stuff. And that's why I'm your ghetto news reporter, Mary, a.k.a. Mary Mac. You understand? But my views don't rise and stuff. Now, Tamara Hall, she was just at the Black Women's Expo. I went to see. I didn't know she was going to be there, but I went Sunday and she was there. You understand? August 3rd of this year, 2025. And she gave a whole, at least 20 minutes of, talking, how she came up, and one fan was hating on her, saying, why would you have a baby at 48 and whoop the bam. But I just flipped the scripture to Isaiah chapters 47 and 48, but I told my real Mary McNamara to read chapters 46, Isaiah, through chapters 50. You understand what I'm saying? And it talks about children and motherhood and all that. I never lose when it comes to the truth. And I am blessed and highly favored for a reason, but they don't pay me nothing but a crazy check, because that's what they gave me in 1995 when Oprah stole my story again. But look at my video, Mary Mack versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey, and that I posted on my YouTube video November of 2007, and it doesn't even have 2,000 views because, Oprah Winfrey is the queen of talk media or whatever, 9/11. So she controls all this for the most part. I hope you're listening, Oprah, because God is trying to tell you something too. Leave me alone. This the 9. Hold on, Shouty. Hold on. This the 10, my city, Shecargo. You can't rob God. This the 3. Red, white, and blue. Bases loaded. And this the 13. Holler if you hear me. One more time, because I got 5 on it. And this the 11. Police. Peace.